Today we are gathered here in Gallery Bodøgård. That is a wonderful gallery here in nearby Bodø. And we can just take a little look here and see all these artifacts they have gathered. This is like a big museum here in their basement. And it's wonderful. But here we have the owner here, Harald Bodøgaard. Hello there.
Hello.
Actually, how long time has this gallery existed?
Oh, we start. My father started correct when he was a boy.
Yeah.
So it's many years ago. But we start building the gallery at the first summer we have opened for public was in 1985.
Oh.
So it's 37
years, yes. Yeah. It will be almost 40 years in a couple of years then.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And your father, Oscar Bodøgaard, who was a very famous painter here.
Yeah, he was a painter and a collector. And, he collected many things, the historical things, and
how did you and him collect it?
What do you mean?
Hvordan dro dere omkring? How did you collect it?
Yes, yeah, no. We go around the area here with in Nordland, in the north part of Norway, and we go to auctions, and also many people come here to get us
to give you the things. Yes, right. Yeah, you know, I talked your father, Oscar Bodøgaard, when he was still alive. He showed me down here, and he told me something very funny. He said that you and him, first him and also you, after some years, went around with the auctions. And then the auctioneer said, when you and him came, he said, "No, they are here. Now we can start." Yeah. So you were kind of famous in all those auctions. That says something. Right. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. But he was a painter, but you are working with sculptures, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I have also a sister working in textile print.
Right.
So we have 3 artists in the family.
Yeah. But you are. It must be pretty hard work to work with the sculptures.
Yeah.
Stone.
Yeah, stone and steel and different materials.
Yeah, so. But cutting stone is pretty hard, isn't it?
Yes.
So okay, very good. Are you working on some sculptures for the time being?
Not no, but we can have a look on
some of your work here. Okay, let us turn to this part of the exhibition that we want to and all the gatherings you have down here. And as we can see here, it's a lot of Sami artifacts. So can you tell us something about all this that we can see here? You have, first of all, you have some books here about Sami, the life with Sami. Here it says, "We are Sami, we are Samer, we are the Sami." Yeah. And then you have a book for the very famous Sami artist Nils Aslak Valkeapää.
Yeah, he was a painter. He was also a musician and a multimedia artist.
Right.
I think. And
where did he come from?
From Finland.
Oh,
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was a Sami as well.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. And here, if you open one of these books, it's one year with this Sami Reindrift, and we can see here their life here in the winter, right?
It's an artist, a photographer from north part of Norway.
Oh.
Have lived with the
Sami
family
for a whole year.
A whole year.
Wow.
It's from winter.
Yeah. And here we have this famous lasso. Kind of throwing the lasso, catching the reindeer by the horn. Right. Yeah. Wonderful. But then you have something here. A wonderful little. I think you call it a kofte, don't you?
Yeah. It's a kofte for children.
Right.
Sami children.
Yeah.
And there is a kofte for
grown-ups.
Yeah.
What kind of, do you know what kind of tradition that comes from? Is it from Nordsame or?
It's from Kautokeino.
Yeah, so it's from the North Sami.
Yeah, north.
Right.
Yeah.
I was taught by Margaret Randberg that they use these kind of patterns very straight, whereas in Petersami they use a zigzag pattern. So you can see here that this is from another tradition.
And this Sami,
the mission.
With the with the silk
bands.
It's a wedding. Wedding.
Okay. So this hat is and it's also from the same tradition. And you can see that all these wonderful colored patterns around there is covering the whole hat there, actually. So that's cool. We can see here that you have also some that looks very nice, but this is made of reindeer fur, right?
It's the winter
habit. Right. And also all different kind of hats there. So I've heard that the Sami people, they use all parts of the reindeer for the meat and also for clothing and for everything. So it seems. So on this side we do have some shoes.
This you have. It's called. This is for winter. It's
right.
It's a skalla.
Yeah, they call it skalla here.
Skalla,
and that is definitely used from the reindeer skin or reindeer fur.
And also this one, this kumaga.
Oh, that's what they call kumaga.
Yeah.
And that's more for summertime.
And this one is you call it bellinger.
Oh, right.
You have it on the for. Det står vått eller sånn.
So you put it on your outside your pants, right?
Yeah.
From the shoes and up.
Yes.
Above your knees, I suppose, so that you can cover them if it's very wet where they walk around. And of course, that's also made of the reindeer fur or skin. But here you have. This must be something used öskaret, where we call it, like you use it for when you are in a boat, or
I don't think so. I think it's a little bit nicer than.
Oh, okay.
I think it's from milk, or you use it for milking,
right?
And this is very nice. It's only for
Yeah,
it's
but I can go very close to that, so you can see that in close up here.
Very nice
pattern also. And that is for a drinking cup. Wow.
And a kind of
spoon, something like that. I learned also by Margaret Randberg. She said that she was doing the soft dodja, meaning all clothing, and this is what they call hard dodja, then making from wood and from all kind, and also these knives that is made here.
This one is very old, and you can see they have used it very much. And then you slip a head.
Right. So it used to be much broader in the beginning.
So,
but what is this made of?
It's bone.
It's bone. Oh yeah.
And also ornamentic.
Yeah, so you have ornaments on it there all the time. Right. Beautiful.
Symbols here.
Yeah, I can see that. That's great.
Very nice.
So do you have any idea? And of course you can see all these horns by the reindeer. Some of them are pretty big. Do you think that those reindeer were female? Like some reindeer. Because they are so. Are not they bigger than the cows?
I think also horn. For oxer.
From the bull. Right.
It's very much bigger.
Very much bigger, right? But then you have some very interesting little things up there. I suppose it's used to collect berries, isn't it?
It's right.
Yeah, and that's also from the Sami tradition, right? So because they used, of course, everything that they could use from the forest and everything for their things. It's a beautiful collection here, and we can see that you have some coffee kettles that are pretty much used.
Yes.
Is it black because of all the fire they have been through in the bonfires, I suppose. Yeah, beautiful. And behind there, you have kind of a little purse in little väska.
For coffee.
Oh, that is for the coffee beans.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, of course. Margaret told me about that.
Yeah.
That you use special like that for coffee beans.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, and you say that some of these some parts of this collection is many years old, right?
Yeah, and here's also all the postcards with Sami Artifacts.
So it's taken here, and this big tent that they use, that they call the labo, right?
Yeah.
And and these dogs are used for gathering the cattle, right? They're in there.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, and down there, that must be a very old picture.
Yeah, it's very old.
Right. So who collected these photos then, these pictures?
It's from my family.
So your family.
Yeah.
So tell me, the place here where you have your gallery, is that kind of some Sami?
Yeah, it's a Sami area around there. Also Nordland, Troms, Finnmark. Also the whole the part of the North Scandinavian is a Sami area.
Right.
So if you go here, we have another. So many things in the collection is Sami.
Right.
Because here we have.
You have thousands and thousands of things here,
yes,
I'd say. But here you have gathered these big furs, right?
Oh,
Moose?
Yeah, there is moose and the reindeer.
Reindeer, and you have a fox over there. And they also made this coat of kind of some fur, I suppose, over there.
The vaskebjörn.
Oh, really? Right.
I think it's from Alaska.
That's the one from Alaska. Wow.
Yeah.
Brought all the way here. Yeah. That's wonderful. And you have all kind of birds here also.
This one is broken.
Oh, but okay. A broken wing. But here you have a wonderful one over there.
Lundefugl.
Lundefugl, yes, they call it. Yeah, there.
Call it sea papagayo.
Right, sea papagayo, yes. Right. And here you have a lot of these horns gathered here in the
kind of
yeah, some trophies, yes.
I am hunter, so I have.
Oh, you are.
I have hunted.
So you have taken down some of these animals yourself.
All of them.
All of them. My goodness. Are that reindeer or is it moose?
No, it's goose.
It's moose.
Moose, yeah. Moose.
Oh, right. They are big animals, right?
Yeah.
Wow. How many moose do you think you have hunted down?
11.
11?
Yes.
That's a lot of meat.
Yes.
That's great. Wow.
No.
We can see here all these skis you have gathered here from the older time.
Here is all Sami.
Sami skiing.
Yeah.
Wow. How old do you think they can be? It says from Valnesfjord. From the 1800s. My goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
So they really knew how to use skis that early, I suppose. So they were gathered from Valnesfjord. That is kind of like 40 miles from here. So I see. Beautiful. Yeah, you have a lot of things here, I must say. And even all those skis here are so many. And many of them, some of them from Sami families also, as far as I remember. Yeah. Do you want us to go upstairs and look at?
Maybe I have a little collection with Sami art.
Sure. Let's go up and look at the Sami art now.
Yeah.
And then we leave the basement with all these. I think I have to show you around here. Can you see how many? This is a big museum actually in many ways. So you can see that right. Okay. So all kind of artifacts are gathered here, and we can understand how many auctions they have been through to collect this, and a lot of people have brought their old things from their family in here. We even have a room in here. Wow. And this part is, oh my goodness. Is this more like for weaving and all kind of stuff you have gathered here? And look at all these mittens here that are gathered from different kind of patterns. So you really have everything here that is possible to gather, I would say. And a lot of instruments and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the first machines for knitting machine.
Oh yeah, for knitting. Oh my goodness, I can see that. So you even have that here. First machine for knitting. And here is also a special for weaving, of course. You have different sizes of, yeah, from different eras, I suppose. Beautiful. Yeah, from making the thread itself from the wool, of course. Yeah. Wow. I guess many Americans would love to come here and they would ask how much for that. But you don't sell things like this, do you? It's a collection. Yeah. I think that's very wise for the next generations. And now we are moving upstairs in the gallery itself. And the first part we can see here, well, the gallery itself was built in 1988. And you can see all these paintings are from the father of Harald Bodøgård, Oskar Bodøgård. He was a very well-known painter in Norway. And as you can see, he tried to capture the light in many of his later paintings. His first paintings was very naturalistic, but as you can see here, these are not like that. They are more giving you a mood or a kind of a experience of the nature the way he saw it. Then we move into well, this part is also from him, Oskar Bodøgård. But then we can come here and see this interesting kind of carpet here. The weaving is by Sami motif, reindeer heads, as you can see there in the middle. And that is made by the sister of Harald Bodøgård, Ingrid Bodøgård. And you may find many elements from the nature, very often in a repetitive way, in her works, as you can see also here. That's why she liked to repeat with all these heads from reindeer, actually, in her motif here. And she is a very well-known weaver in Norway also. So we have these three artists from the Bodøgård family. Oskar Bodøgård, who's passed away now, and then Harald, his son, who is talking today, and also Ingrid. And he is also a sculptor, Harald himself. And you can see that some of his own works he's using different kind of artifacts from the nature, and also horns from different animals as well. So you can see here, this is a horn that he has prepared himself with all these elements that shows kind of the heaven and the sky, and also the blue also represents the sea. And you can see also that these 3 feet are made by horns. The other one is also very interesting. Many claws you can see here that he puts into this stone, and that symbolizes the power of nature, and that the nature can also be kind of diabolic if you don't care for the nature and take care of it, because you can see it's kind of threatening in a way when we see all these claws directed into the middle. Then we move also to some of these pictures on the wall here. This one is like the Midnight Sun from Oskar Bodøgård himself. So again, nature is a very, very major part of all the paintings and all the artifacts in this gallery, actually. And you can also see here 2 of Oskar Bodøgård's beautiful paintings, actually. And he was very well known and very recognized, at least the last part of his life. We are then moving forward in the gallery, and we go to the Sami part itself, where we have a lot of this Sami art in another part of this huge gallery that they have built here. And the first, we are going to look at a painting pretty soon, and you can see that many of these artists are from a century ago, but we also have some from today's Sami virtual art kind of cultures. That is very interesting. So Harald is here talking about all these Sami artists, which will be even more featured when we have the Bodø as cultural capital of Europe in 2024. This early painting is from Jon Savio. He is a Sami artist from Tromsø. He was most well known for his woodcuts. He was also the first Sami visual artist with a formal arts education. He had a few exhibitions in his lifetime. He passed away in 1938 already. His exhibitions were the two of them were two in Tromsø and one in Paris, believe it or not. He spent much time knocking on doors trying to sell his art from door to door, and he sold them very, very cheap, and that would be a scoop today. This is a painting about the primitive life. You can see the Gami here, and the next painting we see the typical Sami kumse, a crib made of reindeer skin. They brought their babies in a kumse during the winter, when they brought the reindeer flock from place to place. Here we see a dramatic situation where someone has fallen so that the body in the kumse is in danger, the baby there. Making paintings and drawings from everyday life was quite common among the Sami artists. It's kind of a realism that they want to show how tough the Sami life was. Then we have this old painting showing the daily life inside a lavvo, their special tent for winter life. The artist is Mattis Nango. It is an old paintings, and these old paintings have become quite well known in Norway and Sweden, and they are expensive today. He very often shows their tough, hard life in Sápmi. Typical here is how they boil all their food on a bonfire in the middle of the lavvo. And I think that this probably is like from about 1900 or something like that. He is a very old and very, very acknowledged painter today, actually. Much more after his death, as is so often the case for painters. Most of them also had a very hard life trying to survive. The next painting is a very picturesque scenery, obviously a Sami family having their lavvo by a big lake. You can see outside the lavvo how they dry the fish they have caught in the lake, often drying it for a few days until they will smoke it. The beautiful mountain peak in the distance is Kebnekaise, the highest mountain peak in Sweden. It is 5,741 feet. You can also see the boat that they are used for fishing. That was usually a slender and long boat. They very often made it themselves, no boat motor and only one pair of oars. So they used that very much also for the lake fishing and for the fishing in the rivers. That's why it was so slender, so they could pass also the very narrow points in rivers. And they often made part of that also of reindeer skin, at least in the inside, so that they had more comfort on board if it was winter, for instance. Then we move to a very interesting and beautiful woven textile that is made by Marakult Lubia from Sweden. She works primarily with embroidery and textile, usually motifs connected to Sami culture. Here we can see how she puts in the different patterns and colors from Sami tradition. In the upper left we can see some patterns from a Sami kufte, actually, their special costume.
She was one of the founders of Masi Group, the Masi Gruppen, in 1978, and she also was one of those who established the Sami art organization, Sami Kunstnerforbund, in 1975. The work is called the Sami Ribbon Shirt. We can see some of the Sami elements in the other weaving art here too. And the white dots are like windows where the ancestors can look into our life here and now. So that, which is of course part of their mythology, saying that that life here and now is also combined with the life that has been and the life that will come. So in the Sami kind of shamanism is like that future, past, and here and now is connected. The next painting shows again how simple the Sami living could be. Just a simple gamme, usually made of stones and soil. This one seems to have reindeer fur as a cover, and a door and a frame made of wood. And this interesting painting is painted by Hans Ragnar Mathisen, a Sami painter, graphic artist, and sculptor. He himself suffered from tuberculosis as a child, and he was sent to the coast hospital in Tromsø. He had to stay there for several years, a very traumatic part of his upbringing that also is shown in his art. The next little portrait is made by Ivar Jøks. He is one of the most well-known Sami artists. He made the silver for Finnmarksbunar, for instance, and also a lot of church art. And he had several separate exhibits, about 30 altogether. The next drawing is also from Ivar Jøks, showing how many Sami had to do fishing in addition to having reindeer. A very typical Ivar Jøks motif. And he is one of the most featured Sami and most famous Sami artists today. Also, a lot of his drawings and paintings are in the National Gallery in Oslo, Norway. So we can see here that is very much typical Ivar Jøks, using a woodcut like this. And of course also telling about this fishing life, and we can see how it is probably by the fjord here where they are also doing fish. That was a lot of the life that Sami people had to do. And the next little drawing, Ivar Jøks, shows the Sami also use their dogs to collect the reindeer, and we can see the lasso in the hand of the Sami. They used a lasso which they did throw over the horns of a reindeer that they wanted to bring in for various reasons, to mark it, sometimes to slaughter it actually, or to check if they were pregnant, if it was a simle, as we call the she. And even the landscape, this landscape is typical for Ivar Jøks, showing that the beautiful landscape who could be merciless winter storms and deep snow were only a couple of the challenges a Sami faced during the long winters. But he is also able to show the beauty of the Norwegian nature. And the drawing from a little fish town harbor is drawn by Hans Ragnar Mathisen again. He himself was born in Narvik. His debut as a visual artist was in 1969, and in 1970 he was one of the first Sami artists who was shown at the most prestigious Norwegian art exhibition, Statens Høstutstilling. As we can see here, he is one of the Sami artists who is also showing the life by the coast and the more traditional Norwegian lifestyle. And then we move to the Ragna Misvær Grøstad's interesting work, where she makes a kind of a mythological map, and she has put into this work a lot of details. For instance, cloudberries and other interesting stuff that we will soon come to see. She is very, very highly, and you can see it on the cloudberries there and in the bottom. There they are, and you can see that, and they are very delicious and very popular, and the Sami people use them a lot. And we can also see the interesting black patterns. Ragnar is using these symbols to warn us against the sneaking fascism and our acceptance for extreme attitudes in our society. She is very political in her art. She also has a perspective in her art that our current time once will be our past. And with her art, she wants to share something about how it is human in her own, to be a human in her own time. We can also see how reindeer are part of her map, and the Sami population experience that having reindeer is more and more challenging. The area where the reindeer flocks are grazing are shrinking year by year due to more industry, more housing, more farmland, and so on. And you saw just a few seconds ago in her map also the wolves, and they are a symbol of the threat. Very few wolves left in Norway, but here they might be symbols of other forces that are threatening reindeer flocks now. We also saw a sail ship in her map. So actually she's putting together past and present here. These sail ships were actually used to bring the different kind of goods from Sami population to Bergen. And the ships brought back all kinds of goods from Bergen and back. And we can even see a gamme on the map actually. The coffee kettle that you saw just now tells about how important it is also to find rest and relaxing time. The Sami life is very hard and exhausting, so try to find some time for relaxing is very important. And there are even a grouse here in her map. Ragnar Grøstad's love for Mother Nature and all creatures is very easy to see. We could almost call her work a map of life. There you can see the grouse very clear. Ragnar has also had an exhibition here has also had a whole exhibition here in Gallery Bodøgård. And I know that Norway House are working on the idea of having an exhibit with her here one of the coming years. She is born in 1984, so she's still quite a young artist. And she is so exciting as an artist and is developing new kind of ways of showing her art all the time. The last couple of paintings are made by A.V. Storm. His motive of the first is quite dramatic. A bear is obviously attacking one of the Sami men here, again an illustration about how challenging their life was. Storm is a very interesting visual artist born near Kiruna, Sweden. His art is also very political, often focusing on Sami history. He's very often showing the conflicts between the authorities and the Sami population. Some say that the bear here symbolizes the authorities that are constantly threatening and attacking the life of the Sami. And you can see here that the flock of reindeer is pretty big, and still many Sami people, Sami who have reindeer today, say that they are more and more challenged by nature and by everything, so they don't know how long time this nomadic life will still go on. And you can see how they bring the leader of the reindeer in front of the flock, and then the rest of the herd is following the leader reindeer, and you see the Sami who has his lasso around the horns of the reindeer. And the next one is also telling about the Sami life, already made in 1911, again telling how the nomadic life was, bringing their herd from place to place. All in all, we have to say it has been a very interesting visit to Gallery Bodøgård, a gallery that has so much Sami art to show. And this last picture again, where the Sami are gathering together here, can maybe show something of that.